Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. This is episode 4, the podcast after WrestleMania. We are a little late, but better late than never. It's fine. I'm Blake.
I'm John.
And we're just going to talk a little bit about the what happened after WrestleMania. Also, the Raw after WrestleMania, what debuts happened, and then also talk about the Superstar shakeup a little bit.
Yeah, and we'll kind of the whole WrestleMania weekend. We'll talk about Supercard, NXT, New Orleans, all that.
We'll touch a little bit on Supercard.
Not too much.
I do want to apologize, though, first to anybody listening. We started to do live reactions for this Supercard of Honor, but after a while, like the webpage just became so bogged down, and it was buffering every like 5 seconds or 8 seconds.
Yeah,
it was just too much.
Way too many people on it. It actually crashed in the beginning.
Yeah,
and we had to wait. We didn't even know we were going to be able to watch it.
We almost weren't able to watch it, and we were going to be super pissed. But we had NXT Takeover.
Yeah, and it was going way too long into the night.
Yeah, which we tried doing live reactions for that too. But then by the time that we were trying to get to it, it was already over, and it takes time for them to actually put up the full pay-per-view. So we kind of missed out on 2 of the cards, but we were going to do every single pay-per-view during the weekend, but it just ended up being WrestleMania, which that video will be up later this week. I'm still trying to edit all the live reactions. There's a lot of matches to go through.
Yeah, it was a long night, so
yeah, we were exhausted afterwards. And of course, never fails, Chris falls asleep at the last match. Happened last year, happened this year.
Our buddy Chris, he works overnights, and he just kind of runs himself dry, and he just kind of, by the end of the night, he's done every time.
Well, all right, let's talk about Supercard of Honor first. Let's talk about some of the matches. Chucky T defeated Jonathan Gresham in about 8 minutes, 30 seconds.
Yeah, kind of what we thought was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, we started watching, and Jonathan Gresham looked like a good wrestler, and I've heard of Chucky T before, Chuck Taylor, but it was just okay. Yeah, nothing too special about the match. So nothing really stuck out to me. No,
not really.
But this next match, Punishment Martinez defeating Tomohiro Ishii, which this is where Blake goes up by 1 point on the board because John thought Tomohiro was going to win. Said, nah, Punishment Martinez, he needs that rub. And that sounds really, really gay. But we're going to move on from that.
Some people need a rub.
Hey, every now and then, Punishment Martinez, he needs that little rub. But, the one thing that stuck out to me in this match was when he flew over the ring post to dive onto Tomohiro, and he hit his face on the floor, and it just, like, skidded. We thought it was dead.
Yeah, like, it reminded me of when Lita... Scorpion during that Monday Night Raw against Trish. It was worse though. This one looked bad.
Yeah, because it was real high up in the air. But the dude got right back up and was like, didn't hurt.
Yeah, played it off good.
This dude is fucking insane. So he ended up winning in about 8 minutes as well. So I thought it was a pretty good match. That I feel like should have started the card.
Yeah. Kind of get it going a little bit. The first match was just kind of it was average.
That's where I started getting into it. Like the first match was too technical, whereas this match was just like a brawl.
Oh.
It was good. Next match was Kota Ibushi. He defeated Hangman Page, which Hangman Page actually surprised me a lot in this match. I never really watched a few of his matches before.
And he's Bullet Club, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's right.
Through and through. But he's like the interesting thing about him is that he's pulling off these standing shooting star presses, and all these flips and really athletic moves. And I was like, man, I thought this guy was just like a barroom brawler, and here he is doing all these fancy moves. It really surprised me. So
showing his range a little bit of what he can do. That's good. And
he really was able to keep up with Kota, but Kota ended up
getting the win. Well, you know what? Me and you both picked Kota, right? Yep.
Yeah. So we both picked Kota. So going into that, we knew. So at this point, I'm still up by 1. So then we came down to the tournament final for the Women of Honor Championship, which, good Lord, Good Lord.
It was bad finish. She botched, was it the flip? The in flip?
It was the moonsault, and then
she botched, I think she just kind of panicked and tried to do a move and botched that.
Yep.
And she got the win, which, to start off your first ever women's Women of Honor champion.
Rough.
It's not good. And
it was Sumi Sakai who defeated Kelly Klein. And the thing about it is that Sumi Sakai, she's like in her upper 40s.
Yeah, and she looked like I said, I think it's in the reaction video of, I don't know if it'll be on there. It looked like, this is what I said, it looked like she just went to a local thrift store and bought some clothes and went to wrestle. Yeah. It just was like, she didn't just have that wrestler feel to me at all.
Yeah, it didn't look good. Apparently she was like a mixed martial artist, though, before wrestling and, whatever.
Yeah. I still think they should have gave it to Emma.
Oh, yeah.
As somebody you can build it on. She knows what she's doing in the ring. Because she was in the finals of the NXT First Ever Women's Champion.
Yeah.
She was against Paige.
Yeah.
They gave her enough to put her in that position on WWE. You think Ring of Honor would have
been like, hey, you know what? You can actually do stuff in the ring. Here, you take it. No, they gave it to Sumi Sakai. You know what? Whatever. It's fine. Whatever. Give it to her. But yeah, horrible finish. It wasn't that entertaining leading up to it either.
Not at all.
No. So at this point, John chose Kelly Klein, whereas I chose Sumi Sakai. So Blake goes up 2.
Well, you can have that one. I'll give you that one.
So then we have up next, I think this was match of the night, honestly.
Ladder match?
It was a ladder match. Yep. This got us pumped, and it was SoCal Uncensored, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky taking on Flip Gordon and the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson for the ROH World 6-Man Tag Team Championship. Man, that's a mouthful.
Yep. And there was a retain.
Yep.
There was a retain.
SoCal Uncensored, they did retain, and
entertaining. Had a lot of good high spots. The only thing I would say about it, I think there's too much outside interference. That's the only negative I'd give it.
Yeah, when the Kingdom came in, Matt Taven and TK O'Ryan, and
just too much outside interference.
It was just a lot of. They were there for too long.
Yeah.
Like I think them coming in and being like, okay, they want the belts. Obviously, they're trying to destroy both tri-tag teams.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that if you're going to do that, make that the end of the match.
Yeah.
Like. That's the deciding factor.
The match went on for like how much longer after they came in?
10 minutes longer.
So
which you wanted to get them into the match as well. That's fine, but you should have just added them into the match instead of just being like, nope, it's only these 3 versus these 3. Just throw them in there.
Exactly.
It could have been more entertaining.
But that's a little too many bodies in a ladder match. Was that 4 3-man teams?
Well, I mean they do it for Money in the Bank.
Yeah, but that's everyone for themselves though. Team-wise, it might just be too much. I don't know. Well, they do, Fatal 4-Way for the tag title, so it's about the same. Only just a couple more people. 3 more people.
I think it's, 3 more.
No, 4 more people. 4. Can't do math.
Either way.
Wrestling fans can't do math. It's all right.
That's why we're wrestling fans.
Exactly.
We can only count to 3.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyways, SoCal Uncensored, they win, retain the 6-man tag team championship. I think the high point in this match for me was the part that I remember is Flip Gordon's on top of the ladder, gets his feet swept out from under him, and he hits his face off the top of the ladder, and just kind of catapults backwards. I'm like, holy shit, that looked really real. But overall, I think that was match of the night for sure. But then we got down to the Briscoes versus Jay Lethal and Hiroshi Tanahashi, which I thought that was going to be a fantastic match. Very generic.
Yeah. You had 2 main eventers teaming together against a known tag team, which I don't know. Could have went any way I could see, but I think we both predicted Briscoes just because.
And I feel like Jay Lethal and Hiroshi Tanahashi were kind of fighting for the spotlight, because they're used to doing singles tag team or singles stuff. So then they just never really tagged out, and that's where I think it was, is they were just battling for that spotlight.
Yeah, I've never been into Jay Lethal. Not too much. I liked him when he first went to Ring of Honor. He had a world title run, but ever since that was over, he just, I don't know, fell off with me. I just never really been into him.
So we both chose the Briscoes on that one. But go back to the other match real quick. I just wanted to say who chose who on that one. Y'all thought that you thought that the Young Bucks and Flip Gordon were going to win, and
they should have won. And that's where I think that stupid ass interference came into play.
That's not what happened, Mike. Mike. That's not what happened, John. So Blake goes up by 3, and that's all right. So and then we both chose the Briscoes, so we're still safe there. Then we go on to Silas Young versus Kenny King. Silas Young getting the win over him, a last man standing match for the ROH World Television Championship. And this is where I started seeing that they kind of reinvented the all the belts in Ring of Honor. Yeah. Like the television championship used to look ugly. Yeah. It was bad.
Every belt got changed. I think around when Cody won the ROH title.
Yeah.
That's about when they changed it. And then I remember seeing was it Machine Guns too? They gave them when they won the titles, they had the old tag team titles for a little bit, and then they introduced the new ones.
Right. Yeah. But this is the part in the night of where we couldn't watch it anymore because
you kind of pretty much had to put it down because it was so laggy.
Because the buffer was just terrible. But so we can't really give opinions on this match. But Silas Young, he defeated Kenny King. We both guessed that. Yeah. I think rightfully so. Silas Young, he's a great in-ring worker. So I can't really take anything away from that. And, he's been with Ring of Honor since day one. So.
Yeah. It was one of those things I think they had to have one title change of the night.
Right. So then we go on to the match that I was looking forward to and the match I really wanted to see, which later I watched this on YouTube. And, wow, what a fucking story with this match. It's Cody facing Kenny Omega, singles match. Not for the Control of Bullet Club, contrary to what people want to think. But just an overall who's the better man match. And Cody ended up getting the win. Yeah. Didn't you say Cody?
Yeah, I picked Cody. Said Cody. This is about the time of the match card where I start eking back, making some headway.
At the end of this, you were only down by 1.
Yeah, by the end of Supercard, I was only down by 1.
Yep. So, yeah, but, did you watch the match on YouTube later?
I did a highlight kind of thing. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but I highlighted it.
Fantastic match, I think. When Barry, the drug-free bear, was on the outside and tripped up Kenny, everybody thought, okay, Kenny's just going to ignore it. No, he came back and he drop-kicked the shit out of him. And then Barry got tossed out, got kicked out by the ref, and I think that was pretty good story being told there. And, then when the Young Bucks came out and they had to make a decision, and this was on Being the Elite too, they were just like, man, we got to make a decision. And they were going for Cody, and Cody ducked, and they super kicked Kenny Omega, which led to the pinfall after a crossroads. And 1, 2, 3, Cody wins. I mean, you did call it, so I mean, you can't really be upset.
I did.
I know you wanted our boy Kenny Omega to win.
I always want Kenny Omega to win, but I put logic.
As an idealist,
idealist. I put logic in things. I know when.
Or not idealist, realist.
Realist, yeah. I know when. Maybe my guy's not going to win. So
yeah, it happens though. But nonetheless, they put on a great match, and that was almost match of the night. Almost. But I think the latter match kind of overtook that. Yeah. So we get down to the last match here. Dalton Castle taking on Marty Scurll. I thought Marty Scurll was definitely going to take it. I thought there was going to be a power struggle again in Bullet Club. Like maybe a 3-way power struggle between Marty Scurll, Kenny Omega, and Cody. But that's not the case. Dalton Castle ended up retaining the title.
I called it.
You called it. Yeah, you did call it. I'll give you that.
That was just my thing of Ring of Honor. Don't really pass the world title around too much.
Yeah, they don't play hot potato.
They don't.
So it makes the belt a little more prestigious. But Dalton Castle, I think that he needed it. He's a great in-ring worker. I love his finisher, that the Bangarang. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And he's a pretty funny guy. So, we didn't watch this match, but I still think I should watch it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Overall, what would you give this pay-per-view?
If it wasn't for the Kenny match and the ladder match, it'd probably be like a C for me. But
really?
I'd give it like a B. Just because that women match really just...
It really diminished it.
Yeah.
I would give it, honestly, because I know that Ring of Honor can do so much better, I would give it a B.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if the Kenny match wasn't in it, and the ladder match wasn't in it, it would be a D for me. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't... It didn't live up to the hype.
Nope.
You know?
Especially when you're trying to... You put it on the same weekend as WrestleMania for a reason, because you want to...
You want to compete.
Compete, and you didn't.
But the thing is, like, the thing about it is that WrestleMania and Ring of Honor was both outshined by, I think, NXT.
Yeah.
Because I went back and I watched that pay-per-view. Holy shit, what a pay-per-view. Everything about it was perfect.
And the takeovers for NXT have been really good the last, 3 I've watched.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about this is that Dave Meltzer, he actually gave 2 matches of the night 5-star ratings, which it's crazy to think about because the last 5-star rating was Johnny Gargano facing Andrade. Almost. And that was at the last
takeover. Yep.
So now he's giving 2 of them tonight. That's crazy to think about. And the 2 that actually got the 5-star matches was the ladder match for the North American Championship, and then also the last match, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. I guess Johnny Gargano is just the 5-star guy.
Yeah,
you know, he puts on great matches, and
that's why they call him Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah,
that's why he's called Johnny Wrestling.
You're damn right. And his wife is good at wrestling too.
Yeah,
so.
she's coming in. So that's why I called it. I thought he was going to win because I think he, with his wife coming in, I don't think he wants to go to the main roster yet. I think he wants to stick around in NXT with her and go up when she's ready to go up or when she's closer to going up.
Yeah, you and your guesses. We'll get to that later. This is where Sean catches up in the rankings here because I kind of dropped the ball on NXT.
Yeah. This is where, real quick off subject, I got allergies going on or something. I got the sniffles, so if you hear me sniffling, I'm sorry.
Oh, really? We couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Shit. So let's get into NXT Takeover real quick. The first match that we had up, it was the ladder match for the NXT North American Championship, deciding the first winner.
We were both wrong.
First champion. We were both wrong.
Horribly wrong.
I guessed the Velveteen Dream.
I guessed.
Thought, come on.
EC3. I went with EC3.
You went with EC3.
So, yeah.
But it was Adam Cole. Adam Cole, baby.
Which I think it was the wrong choice. I still do.
You really think it was?
They brought in Ricochet and I brought in EC3 and they had all these other guys that they could have.
Ricochet, I had a feeling wasn't going to win just because he kind of has to prove his worth.
Yeah.
You know?
And with EC3, I think they're still trying to make him prove it too. But this was their chance to catapult somebody up. And they didn't because Adam Cole, he's already got his thing going. He didn't really need it.
You think about it though, and think of how many matches that he has lost in NXT.
Yeah.
The only one that I can think of that he won on a big pay-per-view was the War Games match.
Yeah.
And that was with...
Did you watch that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched that with you before Survivor Series.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And that's the only match that I can think of. But then when you look at him when he faced Aleister Black, he lost.
Yeah.
Didn't he face Pete Dunne as well for the UK Championship? He lost on that. He faced... was it Velvet? Did he face Velveteen Dream?
I'm not sure.
Or was it somebody else? Was it Roderick Strong or Andrade? Gosh, I can't remember. But he really hasn't won that many matches. So giving him this, I think it's well deserved. Yeah.
So now is he a dual champion? So he took
he's tag team and he's North American.
Because he kind of just took his buddy's
Bobby Fish.
Bobby Fish is injured. He kind of just I'm just going to swing in.
I think Roderick Strong is going to take that.
Yeah.
He's I think on the next NXT show.
They're going to be like, hey, here's a belt.
Here you go, Roderick. Yep.
Thanks
You're with Kyle O'Reilly now.
Thanks for helping us out.
Yeah, but Bobby Fish will be back.
I'm throwing a blank. I can't even think of their faction name off the top of my head.
Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era. Shit.
I think that faction right there is awesome.
Yeah.
That is like a smaller man version. Not to take any credit away from them, but it's a smaller man version of Evolution. Honestly, I think that's what it is because it's fantastic. But yeah, Adam Cole. This was a 5-star match. It was Adam Cole, EC3, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, Ricochet, and Velveteen Dream. Adam Cole getting the the championship. Which, by the way, I want to go back and talk about Mauro Ranallo during this. His reactions during this show was hilarious.
He needs to be on the main roster.
Yes, he does.
He needs to come back.
But the thing is, like, JBL bullied him so much that he was like, no, I refuse to work with JBL.
Yeah. That's the thing is, you hear about all this stuff about JBL. I think it's time to just cut ties with him.
Dude,
it's to the point.
Loose. I don't. He's okay. Yeah, he's an okay commentator, but he's not fantastic.
No, he's not. And there was a time back in the Attitude Era where his shit he pulled backstage worked, and that's the way it was.
Right.
Today it doesn't work.
Today
That's not the way it is.
Yeah. But could you imagine Mauro Ranallo, Jim Ross, and Corey Graves on commentary?
Yeah. Oh.
You wouldn't like Corey Graves?
I don't like Corey Graves at all on commentating.
I hate
his commentating.
Oh my gosh.
Can't stand it. It's better than Michael Cole's though.
Yeah, anybody's better.
I'm waiting for Matt Hardy. I'm waiting for Matt Hardy to delete Michael Cole.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that one.
I wouldn't say anybody is better than Michael Cole because you got Byron Saxton, David Otunga. I mean, hell, even Tom Phillips I think is better than Michael Cole.
I'm actually waiting for the next Ultimate Deletion or whatever they do because I hear the Edge and Christian want to be on it just as like a extras cameo thing. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I heard it. That's going to be cool if they do it.
We're gonna talk about that with WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So let me go on to the next match here on the NXT card. It is the NXT Women's Championship is on the line. Shayna Baszler taking on the champ Ember Moon. And what happens?
Oh, we both got this one right.
We both got this one right. We both guessed Shayna Baszler.
Because we were calling it right.
Yep.
Because Ember Moon was getting the call up.
And and she definitely did.
And Rousey was in what, the crowd?
Yep.
Front row.
Yep.
Watch her friend. So.
Shayna Baszler won, which rightfully so, I think.
Yeah.
You know,
she's still a little, got some work to do, but she's
working on it.
Come a long way. Well, she was in the finals of the Mae Young Classic, wasn't she?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She's working on it.
So it's WWE's invested in her. They feel like they got something in her.
I think it's going to come down to Rousey and Shayna at some point. Yeah. And that's going to be a good match. Because from seeing Ronda,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll save it. We'll save it.
No, we're not going to jump
blow my load on that yet. But, Jesus Christ. Okay. So then we go on to the Triple Threat Tag Team match. NXT Tag Team Championships and the winner of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Trophy. It is the Undisputed Era, which is Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, taking on the Authors of Pain. Is it Akam and Razar? Akam and Razar. And Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. Pete Dunne, my boy, loved him in this match.
I picked him. I even picked him.
You even picked him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did I think I said Undisputed
Era. You did.
I did say Undisputed Era, so now I'm up by 2.
I'll tell you, I wasn't a fan of the outcome. Just because I think I said because they had the tournament for it.
Right. And
the winner, I didn't want a retained because I said that it's basically a slap in the face of people that competed in the tournament.
Right.
That a team that didn't even compete in the tournament won it. Right. So that's. But it was a good finish though with a turn there. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna go ahead and say your piece.
Which I like the finish of Pete Dunne getting not Pete Dunne but Roderick. Can't even give his name. Roderick Strong doing a little turn there, joining the Undisputed Era.
Right.
Which, like we said, we might be like, he might be the tag partner now, the tag team champion, if that comes to light. Which I haven't watched NXT in a couple weeks. I don't even know what's happened. So I'll have to go back and see. It might have already happened.
Yeah.
But
we've both been busy. Okay, we have lives out of this.
Yeah.
All right.
Work's been tough. But
and you got kids.
I got kids. But like overall, I like the turn at the end was a little surprise. But like I said, I didn't want I just didn't think it was cool to kind of take away from the people that compete in the tournament and give it to another team.
I get it, but that's kind of the heel thing to do.
Exactly,
is to take away from people that have things. So I think they're kind of portraying that pretty well. Yeah. Which, by the way, Kyle O'Reilly and his selling in this match was hilarious. There was a time he got punched in the face by one of the Authors of Pain, and he hops up onto the ring apron and just kind of stumbles off of it and falls off
doing some Triple H overselling there.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I'd even say it's Cody Rhodes level overselling. I mean, it was pretty great though. But anyways, now I think I'm up by 2 at this point.
Yeah.
Right? So we move on to one of the main events. It's the NXT Championship. Aleister Black facing Andrade Cien Almas with Zelina Vega.
And you called it. Black was going to win. I did retain. I didn't think Andrade was going to get the call up this soon, but he did.
He did. He's going to SmackDown, which actually I think SmackDown is a good choice for him. It's probably a good place to get his feet wet.
He's the next Alberto Del Rio. That's what he is.
Yeah, a better one.
Hopefully, yeah,
way better one.
Yeah, way better.
But this match really good. The ending to it, Zelina, she interfered twice, still didn't matter. She tried crossbodying onto Aleister. Andrade's Cien Almas. He catches her, turns around, black mass to the face. Zelina rolls out of the ring. 1, 2, 3, new NXT champion. Yeah. Well, I mean, this match was fantastic. Yeah. This match was up there with the last match
with Johnny Gargano.
And yeah, this you can honestly not take anything away from Aleister Black.
No,
a fantastic wrestler, and he's going to be.
This is his second time. This is his first time.
First time holding the NXT Championship. Yep, first time. But
because he was on the shelf for a minute, wasn't he?
No. He was never injured.
No.
He just had a lot of feuds beforehand.
No, I'm thinking of Johnny. I'm thinking
Tommaso.
Tommaso, yeah. It's my bad.
Speaking of which, last match of the pay-per-view.
I called this one.
Yep,
I called this one. I got this one right.
I wanted my boy Tommaso to win because I like him a little bit better than Johnny, but I like Johnny a lot as well. But
Johnny
Gargano defeated Tommaso Ciampa by submission in an unsanctioned match where if Gargano won, he was reinstated to NXT. So he was able to get his job back.
I picked Johnny Wrestling, and I think I said it before. I think because it's his wife.
Right.
They didn't want to leave NXT yet. I think they wanted to give him the call up to 205 live, but he wasn't ready yet.
Yeah. But
that's why I picked him. But I do love Johnny Wrestling, especially with that world title match he had.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the finish that he had of where he took off Tommaso's knee brace and did the Gargano escape and wrapped the knee brace around his face. I was like, oh my God, that's vicious.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
That was a good match.
So I love the match through and through.
Great finish. I think it was the right call putting it as the main event. Yeah.
I mean, Johnny Gargano, he just pulls out 5-star classic matches all the time now. So
which
fantastic.
It sucks is when he eventually does go up, he's gonna get watered down and he's not gonna get the time.
I really hope not, and I think that's going to happen.
It always happens.
Because
look at Finn Balor. Look at Samoa Joe.
Small guy.
Yeah.
And Vince likes his big juice head, huge guys. But by the time that Vince is slowly losing creative control, whereas Triple H is slowly gaining creative control. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Right. Hopefully the cruiserweight division can be saved and actually made into something great.
I think they don't need 205 live. I think they just need to put the belt on Raw.
Yeah.
And just make a Raw belt or
just have it on the main show.
Yeah.
So let's get to the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about WrestleMania 34. Yeah. This is where we had our reactions videos, so you can see everything there, see how we thought about the matches. But let's talk about the pre-show. We have the 30-man Battle Royal for Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy.
And you were kind of right on this one, but I was right.
Yeah, I was
right. But I was fully right, but you were somewhat right.
I had a little bit. I'm going to give myself half a point. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. I can't do that.
Like 2/3, like 1/4 of a point.
Yeah, there you go. But Matt Hardy wins by last eliminating Baron Corbin, and it came down. It was coming down to
Mojo
Rawley, Baron Corbin. There was another guy in there that had won the Battle Royal before as well, wasn't there?
No, it was just those two.
Just those two, yeah, that's right.
They started teaming up, and then basically they go to throw Matt Hardy out, and then
Baron throws out Mojo.
No. They go to throw Matt Hardy out.
Oh, yeah, and lights go out.
Lights go out.
And here's
Who else? Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt standing right there.
Yep. And he's first time we've seen him since Ultimate. It's called Ultimate Deletion, right?
He was dropped into the lake and then
came back,
disappeared. Now he's here, and now Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt have formed a tag team.
Yep, formed an alliance. I don't know if it's a straight tag team. Well, it's kind of a tag team.
No, they are, because they're tag team title shot at the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yes.
So they have that coming up. So yeah, they definitely are a tag team.
So he helps Matt Hardy win. Basically helps him win.
Right. And I think that this match
is okay. Yeah. The ending was great.
Yeah.
Fans got a pop right in the beginning.
Sure.
Fans loved it. They wanted somebody they liked. Everyone likes Matt Hardy. And can I say this? I am so done over Mojo Rawley. They can release him tomorrow, and I'd be happy with it.
It wouldn't bother me a bit.
Like, just the way he was, I don't know. He's not a good heel.
No,
he's not even a good face.
No. I thought his best moments was when he was tag teaming with Zack Ryder, and then they kind of shot that idea, and he became irrelevant.
Yeah.
So, but
I still like Baron Corbin though, so that's good. Yeah. I'm digging Baron Corbin. I like his end of days. I think he kind of got.
Well, he's a KC native.
Yeah.
So he's in our own backyard. Yeah. So, but Matt Hardy getting the win. And forming an alliance with Wyatt. So we'll see where this takes him.
Yeah. The next up was Cruiserweight
Championship,
which we did. Somehow we did.
We missed this.
We missed it. It was on the pre-show, but somehow we missed it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Cedric Alexander won, like we both predicted.
We both predicted somehow Cedric Alexander, but Mustafa Ali, his entrance was pretty legit. He came out looking like Beyblade, coming out, but. It was fucking awesome. Yeah. I thought his entrance attire was great.
I did not get to see that because after
it was WrestleMania.
We missed it. I didn't really pay attention to it. So.
Right, but a great match. There's a point in the match of where they're both on the top rope. Cedric Alexander was on the top rope, and Mustafa Ali was coming up trying to do a Spanish fly. Like a reverse rock bottom C4.
Yeah,
and. Cedric wasn't quite ready for it, but still in midair was able to capitalize on it, and not capitalize, but like recover it and made the move actually look legitimate, and that was like the highlight of the match. But still, they both really established what cruiserweight wrestling is all about. So,
and hopefully it gets brought up from here,
right?
Because Enzo really put it in a funk.
Yeah, he really stomped it into the dirt.
Yeah,
but. Because the dude was just not athletic at all.
Huh.
He was good on the mic. That's about
it.
So next we go on to the 20-woman battle royal for WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal Trophy, which this was probably the craziest reactions that we had of the night, just because what was going on?
Yeah, it was like you didn't know who was in it because too many of them were out of the ring.
Right.
You didn't know who still was in it. And truthfully, when Becky got thrown out, I was done with it. And I was like, fuck this match.
All right, well, fuck this. And you could obviously see our reactions. I was like, all right, whatever. I mean, I was still kind of into it just because.
And part of me was, I think I said it in the reaction video. I was like, did Naomi ever get thrown out? I think we said that.
I have it in there.
Yeah, and then Sasha and Bayley did their bullshit. And
did their thing at the end. And
Bayley threw her out.
Sasha, yep. And then she turns around and there's Naomi. Naomi comes in, hits her with her ass, and then throws her out.
Yeah, and then whatever.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that match.
And what's it going to do for Naomi? Nothing. She hasn't done.
Yep.
Hasn't highlighted
She's
it.
She's been trying to protect her husband from getting Brothers.
His ass beat by the Eric Rowan and.
Oh man.
And then so now the main card.
Yeah.
Which started off Intercontinental Championship, and I got to say straight off, Seth Rollins' entrance was the shit. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. I love the Game of Thrones theme. I only wish he would have wrestled with the blue eyes in.
Yeah,
the whole time. That would have been awesome.
That was. I think that was the coolest part. Is like he was portraying a White Walker.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's so badass. And his attire was like dragon scale.
Yeah, like gray.
Yeah,
a warrior. That's pretty cool. And then Finn Balor comes out in like a rainbow
shit, which made us like, okay, is this like a coming out party or what's going on? Like,
no, he's with Kathy Kelly. I
know,
yeah.
But I don't know what the rainbow.
I don't think it's meant for that way. I think it's meant for everybody. Finn Balor Club's for everybody. I think that's what they're going with it. I don't think they're kind of going in.
Okay.
A
gay way.
I don't want to say a gay way, but like I'm trying to find the politically correct word to say, but whatever. But
a homosexual way?
Yeah, not the homosexual way, but like
there's no way around this.
Anyways, let's move on. And the Miz, I don't know what the fuck he was wearing when he was coming out. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Like I said, he looked like fucking Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter with those fucking glasses
he
on.
did.
And then he took them off.
And he's still
like
wearing them. Like he's coming out. It's like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah. But then he took them off and he looked like the Karate Kid. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's all right. But he ended up saying, hey, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, go to the back. I don't need you.
Shouldn't have done it.
Nope. Because he definitely did need him.
Seth Rollins curb stomped the fuck out of him.
That's right. And he lost. But we all guessed
Balor.
We both guessed Balor.
Yeah.
So I think I'm still up by 2.
Because I honestly thought this was going to be like a Miz Taraj come down and Balor Club comes down kind of thing. But it didn't. It was a straight up triple threat and it was good. It was actually a decent match. It wasn't like match of the night, but it was a good start match.
Yeah. And Seth Rollins, he gets his Grand Slam.
Yeah.
He's now a Grand Slam champion. And, I'm happy for my boy.
So isn't every Shield member a Grand Slam champion now? What the fuck is going on here?
Oh, man. Yeah, they had to do it. But, it'll eventually get to Finn Balor. Finn will eventually hold the Intercontinental Championship. Only a matter of time.
He needs to get it. Finn Balor has to get a title. Like, he had the Universal title for a day, and then now it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So now we get to the shocker of the match. Charlotte Flair defeats Asuka.
Yeah.
By submission, might I add.
And I said this in our first podcast?
I think it was...
Yeah, first podcast. I think
it was the last podcast that we had. You said, I could see
Charlotte win it. I didn't think it was going to be at Mania, but I could see Charlotte being one of the people to do it.
I think that Charlotte was going to be the one to defeat her. I just didn't think it was going to be at Mania.
No, I thought they were going to put the title on her and let Asuka have a undefeated streak, keep going through maybe next WrestleMania, maybe.
And Mike even said it. He's like, they didn't even give her a year to have the streak. Like they just like, nope, ripping it off like a Band-Aid. Yep. Like you're done.
And what is up with New Orleans and streaks getting broken?
Loses their streaks.
Don't go into New Orleans with a streak. It's over. You're done. You're going to lose it.
Yeah. Undertaker loses.
Yeah.
And then 4 years later, Asuka loses.
Yeah.
So whatever, man. I mean, I liked the match. It was a good match. Yeah. I don't think they should have finished with the submission.
No. Yeah.
But
it kind of made Asuka look a little weak.
Yeah.
But the way they did it at the end, where Asuka got on the mic, it made it.
And said Charlotte was ready for Asuka.
And congratulated her. It wasn't like Asuka was
bitter.
Took a sore loser aspect to it. It was sportsmanship, and I like that part of it, so that was good.
Yeah.
And then John Cena comes out of the crowd and runs up.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at that, if you look at Charlotte, she goes, "Was that John Cena?" It's funny. He runs right past Charlotte.
Yeah.
Which kind of took away from that moment of Charlotte winning.
The ref comes up to John Cena and he goes, John, your ass whooping is here.
Yeah.
Your ass whooping
your squash match is coming.
Yeah.
But
when it gets to the back.
But wait, let's get back to entrances for Charlotte real quick.
Oh,
I digged it. It was like a recreation of Triple H's, which she was one of the females. Her and Alexa Bliss and was it Sasha Banks? Yeah. Were the little hench girls that took his robe off, and it was like, I digged it. I actually digged it.
Honestly, I didn't really, because I think it could have been a little more creative. I get that you're trying to go for a queen aspect.
Yeah, because King of Kings.
Right.
Queen,
if you're
King
going
of Kings.
for queen, okay, do it like a royalty thing. Yeah. Not like a Greek thing. Yeah. Do like a royalty
I liked it.
thing.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think
it could have been done differently.
I didn't dig. They did it with Asuka, and I think they did it with a couple other people. Whatever. They did like little 3D images on the screen, which if you're in person, you were live there, you didn't see that shit.
Oh yeah, the screen effect.
The screen effects. Yeah. I didn't really dig that. I don't know if they were just trying something new this year or what, but I just didn't dig it.
So yeah, I think they could have done something a little bit different with Charlotte's entrance, but whatever. It was a good match.
Yeah.
So now we move on to the United States Championship match. And this is where Blake started to pull ahead. Yeah. Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Rusev, and Jinder Mahal. And Blake called it.
Of the other people in there, they gave it to fucking Jinder, fucking Mahal.
I knew they were going to do it, dude. I knew they were going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
I know that you're upset about it, but honestly...
I'm not upset how, we'll get to it in a second. I'm not upset how it turned out 2 weeks later for Jeff Hardy, but...
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but like at least he's not holding on to it. He can hold on to it very long. But I felt like WWE is kind of given the fair shake to a lot of wrestlers that have stuck around and actually stuck things out. So I think that's why they gave.
I got to give Jinder Mahal a little bit. He did reinvent himself quite a bit, and it's working out for him a lot better.
Yeah, since 3MB, and then he comes back and he's super jacked.
Yeah,
and he really reinvented himself. And like it or not, it's still entertaining to an extent. But he's kind of that classic heel of where you love to hate him, that sort of thing. But I kind of knew that it was going to go.
And he pinned fucking Randy Orton, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Randy Orton. No, I think it was Rusev.
It was Rusev.
But the thing about it is that Randy Orton cannot beat Jinder Mahal.
If Jinder Mahal's around, Randy Orton's not winning. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck it is about it.
It's fucking over. But you chose Rude, didn't you?
I chose Glorious Rude, the glorious one.
That's all right. So at this point, what am I up by? 2?
Man, just on WrestleMania card? Yeah. Or just overall?
Just overall.
Okay, yeah, I think you're up by 2, yeah.
Up by 2, all right. Don't worry, you start to pull ahead in a bit, don't worry. I think we actually tie at the end.
Yeah.
But so then we go on to what I think is the match of the night. And that's Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey taking on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. What a match. Yeah. Holy shit.
It was one of those matches you felt like it was going to be over quicker, but it kept going. That was cool about it. It just kept, and you were just kind of intrigued. It reeled you in.
Yeah, it was like that Shawn Michaels Undertaker WrestleMania 25 match that just, you're like, oh, that has to be it. And then he kicks out of the tombstone. You're like, what?
And when Rousey first got into the ring and actually was tagged in, I don't know, part of me thinks this was not Rousey's fault. I think it was Stephanie's fault. You can tell there's a couple mess ups.
Yeah.
She gets in and she immediately runs over and throws Stephanie in the ring, and then she runs the rope, and that clothesline where she kind of did a roll with it, that was pretty cool. And then she came in, I think maybe Stephanie was out of place.
Yeah.
And she kind of did this move and then she Ronda recovered it. I don't know if Ronda messed up. It looked like it was Stephanie's fuck up there, not Ronda. So right there in the beginning, and I was just that one small little spot there, but other than that.
Let me just say that this, I think the reason why it was such a good match is because we were expecting it to be a mediocre match. Yeah. We were expecting it to be, it's going to be more focused around Kurt Angle, Triple H.
Yeah.
No, dude.
You were expecting Kurt Angle to carry her.
Yeah, it was focused all around Rousey. Yeah. And she took on Triple H. She knew how to smack talk during the match. She knew how to... she was smooth.
When Triple H actually pulled her out of the ring,
I was like, oh, fuck, yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait for that reaction video because we have like a little inside joke to happen in there where Kurt Angle came in the frame like, you motherfucker.
That's my girlfriend.
That's my girlfriend, you piece of shit. So, but it was great. And I know a lot of people had doubts or something with her, I didn't know exactly how it was going to go. And
I have doubts.
I had a little doubt. I didn't know how well she was going to be. I didn't know how much she was training. And it was one of those, I was like, I want to see the match before I make a full judgment.
Right.
And it shows how much of a natural athlete she is. Yeah. She picks it up quick.
Yeah. She's like I told you during our group chat, is like, I haven't seen somebody pick this up this fast since Kurt Angle.
Yeah, Kurt Angle.
And she's really surprising me now of when she goes on to Raw and she fucking fights Sonya Deville, which knocks her out.
I knew that was going to come.
Yeah, eventually.
Deville has that little MMA fighter. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, which she does have some background.
She does have a background. She ain't got no Rousey background.
Yeah, but what a fantastic match, and I think a lot of people agree that this was match of the night.
Yeah.
It was a 20-minute classic.
She put Triple H in armbar, and
she picked up Triple H,
man.
When was the last time you saw a female pick up a male?
And then when
what was it, China?
Yeah. She did her Corona during it too.
Yeah, she
Triple
did.
H went to power bomber and
she flipped him,
and
then she picked him up in like a Samoan drop sort of thing, and did a move. Like, she was so fluid.
The only thing I didn't really believe is how well Stephanie could block her armbar. She blocked it. She was like, she was like, "Oh, I'm fighting it."
No,
but it made you like I thought, like once she got a hold of her arm, it was going to be over right then and there. But then they kept, like they said, they kept it going.
Which made me think, like, okay, now they're telling the story of like Stephanie knows that she's going for the arm.
Yeah.
Stephanie knows she's going for the arm bar. So that's what she trained for all
To
those
just
weeks.
block that.
Into it and blocking it.
Yeah.
Which I think, building that into the story, fantastic.
She took a pretty good DDT, too. Like, she sold it pretty good. She was selling stuff pretty good, too.
Which Stephanie really surprised me during this match, too.
Yeah, because Stephanie gave Rowdy, I was about to say Rowdy. But Ronda a DDT, and she took it pretty good. It was believable. And then, like, when she kind of synced the armbar in, and then Kurt Angle did the ankle lock, and like Triple H. I thought
that was it. Too. I thought, it's going to be a double tap out.
And then I think Kurt Angle really got her in the head, because you've seen Kurt Angle had a little red mark on his face. So I think he kind of knocked her in the head a little bit.
There was a time of where he like shoulder blocked her in the face. She's a tough woman.
Yeah.
So
I think this is good. I think this is where she needs to be.
Yep.
So
this is exactly where she needs to be.
Remember, May career's over, which I
be able to make more money.
I never stopped being a fan of her after she lost. A lot of people was like off her bandwagon. I was like, whatever. Like, you can't expect someone to win that forever.
Yeah, I have somebody that
works
with me that said like, someone that works with me, and he goes, I mean, she was good when she was fighting nobodies in UFC. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's like, well, they built the division around her. I'm like, yeah, because they wanted to make, like, they knew she was money, but she's an Olympic medalist.
Look at Lesnar. He basically took over the heavyweight division in UFC, and then competition got better, and he couldn't hang anymore.
Yeah. But
I don't believe Brock Lesnar can go in there and beat their top heavyweight anymore.
No. But apparently he's going to try.
Yeah, we'll see.
Actually, no. He re-signed with WWE, so I guess...
Well, how much? No one knows the details. Maybe he just re-signed to get through, because I think they finally figured out that maybe we shouldn't be going for Roman Reigns anymore. Maybe we need to push it to somebody else.
Well, apparently he signed a deal of where it's like they will use him on certain dates. Like certain pay-per-views.
Yeah.
They'll call him up. So, regardless, whatever. We'll move on to the next match here. We both guessed this one right. Oh, yeah, we both guessed Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey winning right. So,
yep. I didn't think they ever have Rousey lose her first match. That wasn't going to happen.
I'm still up by 2, though. I'm still alive. I'm still staying alive. Next up, we had the Bludgeon Brothers taking on the Usos and the New Day for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Finally, the SmackDown Tag Team Championships made it to the main card.
Yeah.
Finally, both Tag Team Championships are on the main card. This is what people have been wanting. They also wanted the Cruiserweight Championship on the main card, but you know what? This will do. And just like we guessed, Bludgeon Brothers absolutely destroyed both teams.
I don't think we need to spend too much time on it. It was kind of like it was going to be a squash match. We knew it was going to be a squash match.
Yep.
And they came out, took care of business, and they got the titles. So
yeah, which
especially
rightfully deserved. Man.
Yeah, because the way they were building them up as this unbeatable team.
Yeah.
So
I think it did its purpose. Told a good story. Ended at about 6 minutes. So no complaints. Then we have the squash match of the night. Undertaker taking on John Cena. Undertaker makes his surprise return.
I think they did it perfectly. The lights go out.
Yep.
It was Elias.
And
to kind of tease the little people.
Yeah.
And then Cena was like, oh, fuck this. I'm going to sit down. And then he beats up. And then Elias keeps being annoying. And he goes in there, beats him up. And
yeah. So John Cena did kind of get his moment.
Yeah.
And then Undertaker comes out. And I think the entrance was pretty cool. A lot of people don't like it, but I think the symbolism of having his ring gear in the ring.
And then it's gone.
And then Thunder Strike's gone. And then he's at the top of the ramp.
Yep.
I was like, oh, that's beautiful.
And I think they played it perfect of why John Cena got squashed is like he wasn't
prepared.
He it mentally took him out of the game and he was boom, and then he got squashed.
Yep. So I think that's it's something that WWE was pulling, I think, to show them, look, we can have John Cena lose badly too, and I haven't seen John Cena lose that bad since he faced Lesnar at what was it, Night of Champions, SummerSlam, something.
No, SummerSlam. He got Suplex City. He went to first ever Suplex City.
Yeah, 17 suplexes. So I haven't seen it like that, but we both guessed Undertaker if it was going to happen. So still, record still stands. So then we move on to Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If Owens and Zayn win, they have been rehired to SmackDown, which I definitely lost this one. I thought Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were going to win with the help of Daniel Bryan. I thought Daniel Bryan was going to have a heel turn, but didn't happen. They had a feel-good moment at WrestleMania. This match was kind of underwhelming.
Yeah,
honestly.
it was. I will say, though, that Daniel Bryan did look good. He didn't look rusty.
No,
I will give him that.
No, it looks like he didn't miss a step, but still, it's just like, okay, it was okay.
I don't know. It's just Kevin Owens just can't put on WrestleMania matches. Like, he can put on good matches, but last couple, he had the U.S. title match last year. Just wasn't that good. This one wasn't that good. Bryan had his high spots, and then they won. And
right.
Which I think I'd switched my pick to Daniel Bryan and Shane.
You did,
didn't I? Yeah,
you did. So now I'm only up by one.
Yeah. I don't know if people know, but we did a thing is we could switch your pick if you did it before the match.
If something was weird and something was off and you had a hunch, you could switch your pick at the beginning of the match. Until the bell rang.
Yeah, until the bell rang.
So, nonetheless, it was kind of an okay match. But let's move on to the Raw Women's Championship match. Nia Jax defeating Alexa Bliss. We kind of knew this was coming.
Great game plan to take Mickie James out. She just immediately went out there and beat Mickie James' ass.
Yeah.
And then she squashed Alexa Bliss.
I wouldn't say necessarily squashed. Yeah. I would say...
I think Alexa Bliss had her moment of she had the upper hand, and then when Nia Jax got it was over. Mm-hmm. And then Nia Jax did a top rope Samoan.
Oh, yeah. It was top rope
second rope. Second rope Samoan.
It was still... avalanche Samoan drop, and it looked like Alexa Bliss put her hand out a little bit too much, and it looked like she almost broke her arm. Yeah, but still happened. 1, 2, 3.
Happy for Nia. I wanted her to win,
dude. Yeah, so am I. And we both guessed that one right. So record still shows Blake's still up by 1, but I think this is where things start to get a little bit interesting because you switched. Did you switch it to AJ Styles?
I switched to AJ Styles before.
Right. Yeah. That's right. So I chose Shinsuke, and he switched it to AJ Styles right before the match started. Yep. And no, I think you had it the entire time for AJ. Didn't
you? I was Nakamura in the beginning, and then I just had a gut feeling. I was like, I think AJ's gonna.
Which I thought from hearing about AJ's knee injury, I thought it was for sure going to go to Shinsuke. Yeah. But I guess they wanted AJ to keep it, and then at the end, okay. Well, let's first talk about the match.
I wasn't impressed, especially with what I know they can do from Japan.
Yeah,
I was not impressed.
Seeing that New Japan match that they had at Wrestle Kingdom, what was it, 9 or 10? It was very, very underwhelming. And I was just like, wow, this is like after one Styles Clash, like that's it, that's the match. Like I would have had at least Shinsuke kick out, and then I would have added a little bit more to it. But
who's gonna get this?
Yeah, like they really want it, they're fighting for it, and it's just kind of like Shinsuke just kind of gave up. You know? I think it was basically for time constraints.
Yeah, I think time got shaved off their match a little bit.
Yeah,
I do believe.
Because they were just like, well, what the fuck are we going to do for, the tag team championship coming up? So, but yeah, AJ Styles ends up pinning Shinsuke Nakamura after one Styles Clash. Then at the end, Shinsuke grabs the WWE Championship, kneels down, gives it to AJ, and then right after, gives him a huge low blow right in the balls.
It was a good little, heel turn, and when he went to the knee and he did that,
called it.
I was like, I think I did call it.
You did call it. He's going to low blow him.
And then boom, he did it.
I was like, no.
I have that wrestler intuition right there. Like when I see something happen, I'm like, oh, is he going to do this?
And we turned the camera off too.
I think we
were like, you said it when the camera was off, and we turned the camera off because we thought, oh, that's it. That's all that's going to happen.
Yeah, and you rushed to turn the camera back on.
Turn it back on. I was like, oh god, he just turned heel.
Yeah.
Okay, do you think that Shinsuke is a good heel?
Not what he's been doing. Have you watched him the last couple SmackDowns?
Yeah, all that he can do is just low blows.
He just walks in and low blows him. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Which, okay, you can make a storyline around that, but I don't know. I don't know.
And they're having a match at the Greatest Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah.
He's going to rematch.
I think AJ will probably... Or no, Shinsuke will win by disqualification by AJ.
I don't think there's going to be too many title changes just because of the nature of where... Because it's in a different country. And
right. I don't think it's going to be...
That.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be too much turnover.
So, and I don't think we'll do a podcast about that one either.
No,
we'll just
watch it and we'll mention it.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
After it's happened.
We'll just say the winners because I don't think that we're going to watch it. I don't think we can.
Because I think it's going to be on the network. It's just going to be at like 11.
Available for India.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think we can watch it.
I think it's going to be at like 11 in the morning anyways, even if we could watch it. So.
But we'll see. So then we go to one of the most stupid moments
of WrestleMania history.
Which knowing the background about this a little bit more makes me even more pissed. All right, Braun Strowman was taking on Cesaro and Sheamus for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships, and I thought that Braun going into it, and he was possibly going to have Bobby Lashley come out and be his tag team partner. I thought Bobby Lashley was going to make a WWE return at WrestleMania. That wasn't the case. What does fucking Braun Strowman do?
Picks a kid from the fucking crowd.
I'm going to cut that space out, but yeah.
Yeah.
Say it again.
He basically picks a kid from the fucking crowd.
Yeah. He picks a fucking kid. Now, I get it. Trying to get a kid in there for WrestleMania. Trying to make his dream come true. That's great. But the thing that I fucking found out about this is that he's not just a kid. He's not just any regular kid. He's a WWE referee's kid.
Yeah. And if they were going to go that route, a kid, which you knew that he wasn't going to wrestle in it, because they're not going to have that liability of him getting fucking bro kicked or fucking some shit like that.
Right.
You had a perfect, if you want to go a kid route, you had a perfect opportunity with J.J. Roberts.
Yeah, the dude
perfect fucking opportunity.
The Hall of Fame.
The Warrior Award winner. Yeah. You could have just brought him out. Be like, hey,
that would have been perfect. And he has more charisma than that little fucking kid had.
And that kid just kind of stood there, and then what made it shitty, the whole thing, is they gave the titles up the next night on Raw. Like, can't have a kid. Give me the titles.
Yeah. Which, okay.
If that was going to be the outcome,
I think that Chris actually called a pretty good thing that they could have done.
It wasted like a Carl Anderson or Luke Gallows having a title match.
Yeah, but Chris made a good point. He said, what Braun Strowman could do is that he's going to be the tag team partners with the WWE Universe. Yeah. So in each city, when he's going to defend it, he's going to pick a different kid from the crowd. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's genius. That could actually
that would have been kind of cool.
But they didn't do that.
Yeah, they didn't. No.
So
what was that kid's name? Nicholas? Oh my god, that was the worst.
And nothing. Okay, let me just say this. I don't hate the kid.
Yeah, great for the kid for having a cool moment to get in the ring and sit. Like, I'm not knocking the kid. Right. He's just doing what he was asked.
I mean, he was really timid and didn't have any charisma.
Yeah, he just kind of sat there. He got in the ring, tagged Strowman back in, and was
but that's the thing. Like, he's a kid. How much charisma do you think he's going to have? So I can't really take anything away from that. But nothing against him. It's everything to do with WWE and their decisions. Yeah. Because they really dropped the ball on that.
They have really good ones, and then they always make this one. It's like, I don't know if they're trying to think out of the box too much, but it's like sometimes they have decisions. You're like, what the fuck are they thinking?
But what pisses me off the most is that the next fucking night, Bobby Lashley debuts on Raw. So he was there in the company. Yeah. He was there at New Orleans. They just chose not to do it.
Like, if they would have brought him out and they would have been tag team champions, oh my god.
Holy shit, dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe they didn't want to go down that route.
I guess not. Yeah. I think they wanted to make Bobby Lashley a really big single star.
They do.
So, which I'm happy for.
Which I think they're trying to do a thing with him and Lesnar anyway, so.
Yeah. So then we go on to the main event of WrestleMania, which... I can see why Chris kind of fell asleep, because it was very...
The crowd was chanting boring.
Yeah.
If you remember that.
The entire match.
Yeah. They did cheer like a motherfucker when Lesnar won, though.
Yeah, they did. And
I can't believe they allowed Lesnar to...
Did you guess Lesnar on that one?
No, I stayed with Reigns, because I didn't think Lesnar was going to win. I think...
So wait, we are tied.
Yeah.
I think we are tied, because...
I'm pretty sure I stuck with Lesnar.
Because you guessed Shinsuke, and then Daniel Bryan. Yeah, we tied for this at the end of it.
Because, and then I'm pretty surprised they let Lesnar open up Reigns' cut him open like that.
Honestly, I'm not surprised because they did it with Randy Orton, and they did it with who else?
Cena. He did it with Cena.
Taker.
Yeah, do a Taker. No, he did. I don't think he did a Taker.
Yeah, he did. It was.
It wasn't at the Mania. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't the Mania.
SummerSlam match.
I remember he did it the first time he did it. He did it to John Cena. It was like Lesnar's very first match back. Remember that?
That was like 2012.
Yeah, and he just right in the beginning just cut him open.
Well, it was in his mouth. Yeah, but still, there's blood. But anyways, Reigns gets busted open. He starts getting an adrenaline rush. He's trying to pump
and
up.
He takes his
up.
7th fucking F5, 6th or 7th F5.
Yeah.
It was either 6 or 7.
Like 6 of them.
And then he pins him. That was it.
And I'm just like, okay, so pretty much.
And then they did, like, let me say this. Didn't they did, like, they always do the recap package. And then they cut back to Reigns after he's all cleaned up. And it felt like they were trying to get, like, a sympathy thing with him walking out all, like, defeated. And,
like, man, you didn't do it.
So.
Like, dude, you lost. Like, get over it.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not going to be, I don't really hate Reigns, but, like, fucking just put the fucking title on him. I would rather on Reigns than Lesnar, truthfully.
Yeah, honestly, me too.
It gets put on Raw every fucking week.
But the thing about it is that Reigns, when he was doing his promos leading up to Mania, he made a very good point.
Yeah.
Is that, once again, he's there, Lesnar isn't, and the title isn't.
Yeah.
So now you're devaluing the Universal Championship. It was already devalued by the time that it debuted at SummerSlam. Was it last year or the year before? So now it's devalued even more because you don't ever see it. It's not really fought for that much. So what the fuck do you do?
Exactly.
But
he defends it 3 or 4 times a year?
No, he defended it more this time because I remember he
did
defended it against Braun Strowman quite a bit.
He did SummerSlam, Survivor Series,
Samoa Joe, SummerSlam. So he didn't defend it at Survivor Series. He just fought AJ Styles.
That's right. But it was around
there still. Yeah. Okay, great Lesnar won. I was wrong about this one. I thought Reigns was going to take it, and then Lesnar was going to lose, get all pissed off, and then have a go home, not a go home match,
fuck you
rivalry with Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, and then he was going to be out and go back to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do.
But apparently he's resigned, and that's not the case. But yeah,
and that's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So
what do you give WrestleMania on this one? Like,
it's not the best one. It's not the best one compared to last year. I don't know, just.
Dude, last year was the shit.
It was.
Last year was like an 8 out of 10. I'd give last year an A.
Yeah.
This one
B plus.
Yeah,
B plus.
I would say mid B.
Mid B.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to go B too because there was a lot of solid matches, and then you had the good match of Rousey, and then a couple squash matches. Yeah, and then it wasn't the best WrestleMania, but I wouldn't say it was the worst either.
No,
so
definitely not the worst.
Seen worse. I think they need to stop putting Reigns as the main event.
Yep, and I think they learned a lesson. And that's why they had Reigns lose.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Superstar shakeup a little bit.
Let's go with Raw first.
All right.
And Superstar shakeup started off with Jinder Mahal, the very first one, U.S. champ.
Yep.
And then he pissed off, what do you call it?
Angle.
And Angle's like, whoever wants to challenge for the U.S. title, come out. And our boy, Jeff Hardy.
Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Jeff Hardy, but whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm always Hardy's fan. He comes out, and he gets his Grand Slam. He wins the U.S. title, gets his Grand Slam. It's pretty cool. And then at that moment, I kind of was like, well, now the U.S. title's on Raw and Intercontinental. So either now so it's either Jeff or Rollins going to SmackDown, and
Jeff made the jump.
Jeff turned and went to SmackDown.
Yep. Which I think he belongs there a little bit more.
Kind of because I know McMahon wants to keep him as a singles, and I think he has hopes for him to be a. Well,
he could definitely have a feud with AJ.
AJ,
it'd be great.
Because they did it in TNA. They had good matches in TNA. So,
So who else was?
The Riot Squad was on Raw now. They came out and attacked. Who did they attack?
Natalia?
Was it? No. I think it was Sasha and Bailey, wasn't it?
Yeah,
they came out and talked about Shay.
Yeah.
And then old Stephanie went over Kurt Angle's head and hired Owens and Zayn.
Yep.
So they're on Raw now.
Yep. But then Angle went over Stephanie's head and traded The Miz over to SmackDown because Daniel Bryan wanted him.
He wants to give Daniel Bryan.
Ass.
He wants that ass. He's like, you gonna yell at me on Smack and Talk?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some Smack and Talk.
Yeah. You're gonna steal my moves and kick you in the face.
Yep. And then was it Fandango and Tyler Breeze?
Oh, they came over to Raw?
They're on Raw. They gave the bar fashion tickets.
Oh, boy.
And then Natalya.
Yep.
Natalya, and then she had her little match, and then...
And Rousey came out to...
Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose.
And that's where she knocked the fuck out of Sonya Deville.
And then Ziggler came out. He's on Raw now. And
Ziggler, this was the highlight for me.
And then McIntyre made his return.
Drew McIntyre. And that tag team finisher that they had...
Oh, the zigzag to the kick.
The Claymore with the zigzag. That's going to be a good tag team there.
Oh, yeah. I hope it brings it back up. And then they didn't have Baron Corbin on the show, but they did a little package of him coming to Raw.
Yep.
Victor is on Raw now? I didn't know that.
Wait, from the Ascension?
Yeah, it just says Victor.
They split them up?
It looks like it. So they're done in WWE.
Yeah.
They split them up. It's over. They're going to be in Ring of Honor in a couple of years.
Yep.
I'm calling it here now.
Yeah.
See Bobby Roode.
Hell yeah, man.
And he's not on the list, but Bobby Lashley made his return.
Bobby Lashley, my boy. I was so pumped for that. I fucking called that dude like right after WrestleMania. I knew that he was coming over.
Mojo Rawley. Whatever.
Boo.
He can go to the wayside. I don't give a shit.
Yep.
Mike Kanellis.
Meh.
Which I think he was in the rehab thing. Now I think he's kind of coming back a little bit. I don't know.
Rehab?
I think he went to rehab for pain pills or something. I think maybe.
Really?
Don't quote me on that, but I think. But he was in the Battle Royal at Wrestlemania.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so I don't know how much he's going to get played. And then Chad Gable.
Oh yeah. I'm excited about that.
So
one.
Maybe America Alpha reunion, maybe. And Jason Jordan gets back.
I honestly hope not, because Chad Gable is he's a much better wrestler than Jason Jordan. But the thing I'm excited about is that Shelton Benjamin is now a single star on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Give that man a push.
Yeah.
Give him.
He's always had the talent. He's always had the athleticism.
And
he can
now
do.
is the best time for him because it's all guys that are his size.
And then now we're going back to SmackDown. Which SmackDown didn't have as many people come over, but they had a lot more NXT call-ups, I think.
Yeah.
So Jeff Hardy comes over, so that means the U.S. title's coming back to SmackDown.
And Orton looked jealous as shit when he saw him come in.
And then the Absolution is on SmackDown now. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Yep. Samoa Joe.
Yep. Which, by the way, with Absolution, it actually makes sense. Which I could see them leading into a storyline with Paige being the new general manager.
Yep.
So.
Which they're kind of hoping for special treatment, and then she's like, I can't do it, or she does, and kind of whatever.
Yeah. Becomes a heel
off topic,
manager.
What do you think of Paige, general manager?
I actually dig it.
I dig it a little bit. She was kind of annoying when she announces stuff. Like her first, when she made the match against Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, when she was like, little face, I was like, just fucking say it. Say it, bitch.
But I
think it's a good thing for her. She officially retired from ring, and I think it's a good thing for her to finish up her contract.
I think that she's still trying to get used to the position. You know, so give her time.
Big Cass made a return.
Hell yeah.
Asuka.
Hell yeah.
So she's on SmackDown.
Comes over.
Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
I like it. They'll have a lot better time over in SmackDown because I feel like the SmackDown tag team division is floundering right now. Bludgeon Brothers was a good breath of fresh air.
Yeah. And now they're getting a real good breath of fresh air with
the club.
The club and the bars on there now.
Yep.
So they're going to have a real good.
I like it.
Our boy, our-Truth, which he thought he was on Monday Night Raw in the back. Remember that? He's like, welcome to Monday Night. Oh, he's like, no, it's Tuesday. Okay. He's on SmackDown now. He did his whole little oh, my bad kind of thing he does. And then we already knew the Miz. They just announced that on Raw. Over. Yep. And then we got the call-ups of Andrade, Almas, and Selena Vega.
Yep.
And then Sanity.
Yeah, Sanity, man.
Oh, and Iconic duo.
Yep.
They
came up and they attacked Charlotte
and Costa.
Which, by the way, Billie Kay, both of them are really good on the mic. I watched their little promo coming in, and I love her thing. Billie Kay, she's like, "Your match at WrestleMania was good. It was good.
It was good. And they have good mic skills. Their accents get a little annoying after a while, but you're like, just get to it. And then we forgot to say that the Authors of Pain are on Raw now. That wasn't on here.
So that's their tag team division.
There's a lot of NXT call-ups this year. There wasn't this many last year.
No, yeah. I feel like there's more, though. I feel like there was a lot
But I think they brought a lot more people in NXT, which I think they needed to...
You know what I think that they're turning SmackDown into? Like, they have NXT, but I think they're turning SmackDown into, like...
The bridge.
Yeah.
It's a bridge.
Yeah. It's like the proving ground,
you know? And see what you can do here, and then
if you're good,
make your way to Raw.
Yeah. Because it kind of happened with Rude, Corbin.
Then there's the people that they have to put talent on there, like Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles. You know, you want to see AJ Styles go to Raw, but they got to put some type of money bringer on there, which AJ Styles perfect.
What do you think about what's going to happen with Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel?
I think they're going to stay a tag team for a little bit.
I kind of want them to.
They need to.
Honestly, I like them.
If they don't, they're going to get pushed to the back if they don't stay a tag team.
Yep, I like them as a tag team.
Was it? You just lost 2 tag teams off of Raw, so that gives them a spot to kind of jump in there.
Well, now it gives the one of my favorite tag teams. It gives the Revival,
a shot,
a chance to
And this is I'm calling it now with the Bar going to SmackDown. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt's going to win the tag titles.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
which that's another great tag team. So I think that WWE really revamped their tag team division a lot. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited
for the Matt Hardy thing going on because I think it could be a good push for him. Maybe finally get the world title. I'm kind of hoping. I know you don't think it's going to happen, but maybe get that one world title under his belt.
No.
I think if that happens, I think he might call it a career.
Unpopular opinion. The woken gimmick is different. I will give it that. It's fresh. It's a fresh idea. Do I think it is the greatest gimmick to come along, ever? No,
it's not.
No,
I'll admit that too.
It was interesting at first, and now it's just kind of like I wouldn't say cartoonish. It's like a weird carnival.
Yeah.
Like that's about as best as I could put it.
Yeah.
It's a strange carnival.
Yeah.
But it gives him something to do. It's something that he loves, so I can't really.
Yeah. And I said it like I said it earlier. If they put Matt Hardy in the Money in the Bank, I think he's going to win it.
I think he would too.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the help of Bray Wyatt. I mean, with Bray Wyatt backing him now, it's.
I think he just gets that. Come on, Christian had it once.
I guess. Yeah.
It wouldn't be the worst thing if Matt Hardy ever won the title.
No,
it wouldn't be.
I'm not saying that it'd be bad. Yeah. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's not my ideal candidate for world champion. Because when you look,
he could be a bridge champion. Okay. Give it to him, and then he loses it to.
Okay, but
fucking Seth Rollins or something.
That kind of devalues the championship. Then, if you're just saying, "Oh, he's a bridge champion."
No, it's not. I don't know. Well, as me as a fan, a lifelong fan, I want to see it. I want to see it happen. No, it's not even the fact that. I've always just thought Matt Hardy got the short end of the stick in a lot of things.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
I think it was more of he had some behind the scenes issues. I think there's the issues there too. But
I think if you were going to give Matt Hardy the title at any point, it's when he was feuding with Edge. That was the time that you needed to give it to him, and they didn't. So he just kind of fell to the wayside. Yeah. Now, here's my thing: when I look at guys that are on the roster now, like Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, all these other guys that just came over to Raw and everything. When I look at Matt Hardy, I don't look at him as like somebody who can contend with those guys.
Yeah.
Because I look at him when he's going around the ring. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, he could have.
He's lost a step,
but
I'll give him that.
He walks like an old grandpa, and I don't think it's going to happen, man.
Yeah. No, it could.
I love Matt Hardy. Yeah. I do. I really do. He's part of my childhood. I think the gimmick is good. I just don't think that it would be a good thing for him to have the title.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
That's
okay.
Fair.
Okay.
I'll just say it's just wishful thing. It's a wishful thinking thing. It's my deep down it's always the main guy I've always backed.
Okay.
But it's just it's a wishful hopeful thing. So.
Okay. Well, now that
but would you say it'd be cool if he's the one that got the title off? Was it? He got the Money in the Bank. He got the title off of Lesnar, and then that's a good way to get it off Lesnar and bring it back to TV. And then he has a small feud with like a Balor or Seth Rollins, and he drops it to Seth Rollins, especially with Bray Wyatt helping him. Seth Rollins did it. He jumped to do a three-way.
Yeah.
Triple threat. Made it a triple threat. And granted, he didn't pin Lesnar, but he got the title.
We'll
whatever.
See.
We're
see.
getting well. I don't know how we got to this situation, but I think it's time to wrap it up.
Whatever, Blake. Fuck you, man.
I think it's time to wrap it up.
He's great.
He's the greatest alive.
All right. Well, that's it for that's all that we have for this week for Beyond the Barricade. This was episode 4, just kind of our WrestleMania wrap up. Next week we're going to be talking a little bit more
about the greatest Royal Rumble ever.
Royal Rumble.
I think we're going to wait for that to happen, and then we're going to talk about it, and then we'll get into Backlash.
Yep, we'll get into Backlash, do some predictions there, because I think they'll be making the card for that, and we'll just see how it's going. Be looking out for the reactions video for WrestleMania. That's coming up here pretty soon. We're also uploading our other 2 podcasts that should have been uploaded months ago, but we're just getting to it now.
We had some technical difficulties that happened, and now we're able to get them all up.
But and then we're also getting some new channel art up onto our channel. We're getting that going. But so just be on the lookout for that. As always, I am Blake.
I'm Joan.
And this has been Beyond the Barricade.